Most people move, but they're being moved by expectations, by reaction, by whatever pressure speaks loudest that day. Self-directed movement is different. It doesn't respond to urgency. It doesn't accelerate for approval. It doesn't stall waiting for permission. It moves because direction is already set. Early on, movement is reactive. You adjust to circumstances. You pivot to avoid friction. You change pace depending on who's watching. That phase builds awareness. It doesn't build control. Control arrives when movement stops being negotiated. You stop asking, is this the right time? Is this smart enough? Will this be understood? You already decided. Self-directed movement begins internally. Before momentum. Before visibility. Before outcomes. It's movement governed by principle, not pressure. That's why it looks slower. You're no longer rushing to prove motion. You're no longer reacting to every signal. You're no longer adjusting course to stay aligned with someone else's expectations. You follow a line that doesn't bend easily. Not because you're rigid, because you're oriented. Oriented people don't wander. They don't drift. They don't need constant correction. They move with intent even when the environment is noisy. Self-directed movement removes friction. You stop over-explaining transitions. You stop narrating decisions. You stop announcing direction before it's already in motion. Action carries the message. This confuses people. They expect hesitation before commitment. They expect visible deliberation. They look for cues that movement is being validated externally. They don't find them. Because validation isn't part of the system. You're not testing paths. You're walking one. Self-directed movement also changes how you meet resistance. You don't fight it. You don't dramatize it. You don't treat it as a signal to stop. Resistance becomes information, not opposition. You adjust without hesitation. You reinforce without announcement. You continue without explanation. That's a level most people never reach. They want movement to feel supported. They want clarity to feel confirmed. They want progress to feel visible. Self-directed movement doesn't need any of that. It moves whether it's witnessed or not. Over time, something settles. Your pace stabilizes. Your decisions shorten. Your presence becomes harder to interrupt. Not because you isolated yourself, but because nothing is pulling you anymore. You move when it's time. You stop when it's intentional. You change direction only when alignment demands it. Not when pressure does. This is autonomy, not independence for its own sake, but governance. Governance over attention, over energy, over direction. You're not trying to arrive faster. You're trying to arrive intact. Self-directed movement isn't loud. It doesn't announce progress. It doesn't seek recognition for restraint. It continues. Day after day, under the same principles, at the same pace, until results appear without being chased. This is Ritual POV, self-directed movement, not reactive, not performative, not influenced, governed, and moving accordingly.